Hello everybody, I found a really nice story that I'd really like to share with you. It's called After the Fall. I think you might recognise one of the characters in this book. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favourite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to all the birds. Then one day I fell off. Sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. There were some parts that could be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favourite things. I walked past the wall every day and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept trying and trying. I think Humpty Dumpty's being very resilient. Until I got it just right. My plane was perfect and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. Oh no. They always do. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall, but the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. Look at his face. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. Oh, look at his face now. Maybe now you won't think of me as the egg who was famous for falling. Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. Oh no. And learned how to fly. Ah. I really enjoyed that book. It made me think about how resilient we can be. How have you been resilient recently? Have a little think about it. Bye for now.